Hi, hi, hi. Good day. It's good to have you back on the broadcast. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. It's good to have you on here. Please, as we go on, do well to like this broadcast as we begin. Yeah, so hi, who do I have here? Please say something to me. How are you doing? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hello to each and every one of you. How you doing? How is your day playing out? I hope it's going just fine. Thank you for joining me back on the broadcast. On the comment section, the link has been posted. If you would like to join on the conversation, oh yes, you have to join on the conversation today because basically the question is for you Nigerians, and today's broadcast is who is Peter Obi? Yes, there's a need for each and every one of us to understand who we are voting for and why we are voting. At this point, we need to check everybody. We need to be sure that you are here clamoring for Peter Obi. It is not because he paid for your hospital bill one time, or not because he paid for your school fees, not because of any personal interest or relationship. Yes, so why? Who is Peter Obi and why is he your candidate? Why do you choose him? Why are you, rooting for him to win the presidential elections? What are your expectations of him? What are the things that we can say this is what he did? Let's look at the allegations. Well, what are the allegations? Well, let's look at the allegations and let's look at the facts that are also there. So please do also click on the link. Come on in here and let me know why you are with your full chest, you are going for your principal and all of that. But before we get to the main topic or the heat topic or the hot topic, we have other sub stories on here. But welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing? Please, just briefly. Yes, Mommy Diaspa, it's good to be back here. Lots of love to you too, dearest Mama. Thank you for being on here. Osagbovo, how you doing? Good day to you too, my brother. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Good day to each and every one of you joining us. Please share this video, share the link, invite someone onto the broadcast. Let us have this conversation. Yeah, so I think when we begin to ask why this person and not just you don't just say you're voting for this person and everybody joins the okay, at this point, anybody that you're voting for, let us know why you are voting for the person. We need to start asking this question. Make all of us not join body on top personal interest or personal relationship because the findings, man, the findings is just unbelievable. Osagbovo says APC and PDP 419 Peter Obi is the man 2023. Okay, I hear you loud and clear, Osagbovo. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what story we have on here to take. First, what our first story will be. Oh dear. All right. So we know that the experience happened on Friday night. The experience happened, and we know how amazing, how big a deal the experience is. I mean, you have people coming in from all over the world. You have people coming in from everywhere in Nigeria for this program. You have people coming in from Africa for this program. This is one of the biggest this is one of the biggest gospel uh events in Nigeria done every year. I stand to be corrected, but in my minute opinion, this is one of the biggest, and I was watching with keen interest. And then at some point they said we have a presidential candidate on here, and already the crowd were going agog, and then they went on ahead to introduce the Labour Party, I think the chairman, and there was a bit of I don't know if also you're like me, you just don't give a two about parties. It's just the candidate is what we are talking about. Parties have over time showed us, they can be selfish and not trustworthy. All right, so Pastor Paul Adefarasin of House on the Rock Cathedral has officially and publicly endorsed Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, and it was a beautiful thing to see. The state coordinator or the party, Labour Party, released a statement saying that Peter Obi was invited. He was actually invited. It wasn't just, just taking an opportunity to be there. That he was invited for the program. And a further on goes on to say to the people, yeah, he had a speech. He had a speech, but even more touching was, where he quoted the from the scripture that says that our labors will not be in vain. That he knows that it will not be easy to take back Nigeria from, from this government and from the powers that be, from the cabals and all of that, but that he prays for him and to let us know that our labors will not be in vain. How amazing, right? Yeah, so that happened and it was beautiful, and you can, trust the resounding applause that was given at this point. It was beautiful to see. All right, so I am still asking to my panelists. The link has been posted. Please do also click on the link, join the conversation. Let's have this conversation. Are you like Oga Igwe, Oga Olaya, that is, throwing all his weight and stripping? Just what is going to win during this election? Is it going to be personal interest or national interest? That's our conversation today. Is it going to be national interest or it's going to be personal interest? Please, to my panelists, before you click on the link, do well to like the broadcast just before you do so. All right, let's move on to something else totally. So over the weekend, there's been a viral video trending. Yes, a viral video trending of Reverend Esther. Okay, the caption says, "Can your marriage stand the test of time abroad?" Reverend Ajayi questions Nigerian couples. So this is in light of the couples that are traveling or relocating. Okay, we call it the jackpot syndrome. Okay, these are for those that are jackpotting. You just say the economy is not working and you just want to run away with your family. But have you also put in place the culture shock? Are you ready? Have you thought of that? Have you, taken out time to study the way of life of the people that you are going to meet? And she also shared an experience when she newly moved in to the UK. I hope it is to the UK. Okay, when she just moved in, so she just moved in abroad. So she, her husband visited a couple. They got in there. The man and his wife were watching a football match, and the man was eating, and when he was done eating, like, she was even surprised that the woman sat down in the parlor watching television, watching football with her husband, and that was the first shock she got. African marriage bar or more. Then another, the greatest shock she got will be the man standing up, taking his dishes, clearing the dishes himself, going to return it in the shank, and actually cleaning them up immediately getting there. And she couldn't believe what she was seeing at that point, but being there over time, she got to know that that is the way of life. It is a norm, over there. So she's saying some of the problems we are having, and that some of these men or families are having with the death, and all the stories, bizarre stories out there, because we're all thinking of running away. If not sat down to think, this place I am going to, what is the norm, what is the way of life, what is acceptable, with everything that I have learned so far, will it be practiced over there? So you get there, the whole frustration of trying to settle in, the whole frustration of trying to settle in, get something to do, fend for the family, burdens us so much that you still want to take out that African mentality or mode of marriage to this place, and it is just unacceptable, and that's why lots of marriages are collapsing. That's just, well, those are in the words. Hi, Inkola. I hope I got your name. I hope I pronounced it correctly. But hi, how you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you for being on here with us. All right, we'll move on to, okay, my people, do well to like this broadcast and share. Invite. The ratings are quite low. So please do well to invite someone onto the broadcast. Do well to share the broadcast and let them know that we are live, we are here. All right. And another story that went viral over the weekend is of a famous realtor, Ayo, who was left heartbroken. Well, he shared this. We wouldn't have known. He shared the story on the internet, and that's how we got to know. Realtor Ayo left heartbroken as he catches his wife cheating just 4 days after their wedding. Gang, gang. But 4 days is too soon now. Abba. 4 days is just too soon. Abba. Is she not enjoying the honeymoons and all of that? I really do not like to be the judge of issues like this because sometimes you just might not know. I just feel like there could be just a valuable ah there should be nothing valuable about this, Jerry. What is it? I can't imagine the heartbreak from this young man. And Realtor Ayo, he's a good-looking man, so I don't know why this would happen to him. But you know what they say about karma, right? They say karma now lives next door, and I know that. So there's something that my father used to say to, growing up. The things my father used to say to like the choir master, those choir boys though, but they are not like the big people in the ministry today. But I remember he used to sing one song. So when anybody comes to report of how they see some kind of movement, their daughter and a particular brother, my dad used to sing a song, says, the way you do my daughter, somebody will do your daughter. So sometimes I just sit back and say, could this be could this be life happening to people? Really, we really should be mindful of the things we do today because tomorrow those will be our manifestation tomorrow, the things we do today. So let's be really, really careful. But this one like this, catching. Hey, then I was having this discussion with somebody the other day, and I say, well, I mean, there's nothing like God forbid in this case. Anything that will make me cheat and my husband catches me, that's on me. So there's no God forbid here. So the talk is I don't understand how women, or okay, let's say women. No, I mean, if we're going to be very realistic, women, right? So my husband would walk in on me with another man. My husband will catch me in the act with another man. Then I will now go and beg him. What am I begging him for? But nice, let's have this conversation. What am I begging him for? I will just carry myself and go. I probably will get my certificates, all my documents. That will probably be the only thing I'll carry from that house. What thing they beg you for? Tomorrow you hear that one man used pistol to hit his wife's head. When we already know that they say that these are things that men cannot forgive. But Anais, what do you think?
Yeah, thank you again, Miss Ima. You see what you just said now is what I always say is the right decision. If anything like that happen,
Are you there, Brother
you have
Nice?
to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You cannot hear me? You can't hear me? Hello, Miss Ima. I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Brother Nice.
You can hear me now. Okay. I said what you just said now is the right decision to take. If anything like that happen, and you found yourself in that situation that the man came to meet you in that kind of situation, the thing you need to do is to leave the house. Leave the house because even though the man pretend that he has already forgiven you, is a lie. He's still in his heart, and anything can make him react. Anything you do, any wrong thing you do in that house will make him. He will remember those things that you did. He will spark again. That is why you see some this thing. Some men kill their women. You know, so that thing will spark again. So what you just need to do, you need to give that man a chance. If it's not forever, maybe for a while, you need to give that man some chance to make sure he calm himself and think about it. You know, if he's still going to continue with the marriage, he is the one that will now come back to talk to the woman. But if you don't want, he will just move on. So it's better you yourself, you need to leave the man alone, let him be. Because if you want to still force yourself on such man, definitely one day he might talk to domestic violence. The man can kill the woman anytime. So People need to know those things. This thing works psychologically in the head of someone. It go both ways. You understand? It can still happen to the woman. It can still happen to the man. It go both ways. So if it's a man or a woman find themselves in that situation, what you need to do, take the decision to leave that person alone for a while. Let it think about it. Let those things sink in first. So if he has the heart to forgive, he will come back to tell you that, okay, let's move on. But if he said no, he don't need it, just let the man be or let the woman be. So that is just the right answer for now. Nisima. I hope you hear everything when I said what that I said.
Yes, loud and clear, and I agree with you, Brother Nice. I also think that way, and you're right. It's not just a man thing. Even women, we know women to be emotional beings. Now, now then, the thing they pepper pass. But what they say about a man, what they say about a man not being able to, I mean, that a man would walk in and see you like that. I'm not a man, so I don't know how shattering, how debasing, I don't know how crumbling it is for a man. But with what we hear out there, say a man can never forgive this, forgive that. I just think that is the first step every woman or anybody. And then to the women out there, look at this one that cheated 4 days after her wedding and the husband caught her. I am sure she's somewhere crying and begging and hoping he forgives you. I mean, something like that. I will probably sit down and count my cost. Okay, shey this waka go favor me in the long run? Which one go favor me pass? And the one wey go favor me pass is the one that I will chook my head inside. You see that one that is enjoyment for 5 seconds or whatever you gain from it is it will not even carry you for, I mean, for how long will it carry you for? Then you will now live a life. Ah man, people are messing up. People do not. I think because these days it is so easy to say forgive me, or the institution of marriage has become so bastardized that as you are entering, people already have that mindset. Say, me, I cannot kill myself. If it's not working, I will just walk out, and that's bad. We need to realign on these things. All right, since we are talking about this, in call. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All of my men on here, they have told me this already. Thank you very much. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Please like this broadcast as well. If you're just joining us, please like the broadcast. So, Brother Nice, let's hear from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to chip this in. You see, most of the people that always fall the victim of this kind of this thing, cheating, is people who is not the people who is not yet ready to settle down, to get married. Most of them, they see, especially all those men that still have a girlfriend, side chicks, and the women that have a side boyfriend. So they always fall this victim of this kind of things. That when that side chick is still wants that person, even when the woman is still saying that no, I want to get married very soon. The boyfriend will still be disturbing. No, I still want you. I still want to have you, just for all those kind of things. That is why majority of them, they cannot resist it anymore. They will fall the victim. So to avoid those things, if you are ready to get married and you know what marriage means, you need to cut that relationship out. Let it be definite. If you want to go and play all those kind of year game that you are ready to marry and you are still seeing your ex-boyfriend, so that is where the devil come in. So that is what I want to chip in. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brother Nice, and also big thank you to Edo Lightwatch. Hey, bros, Helens, where have you been? It's good to have you on this broadcast, Edo Lightwatch. Thank you for your donation. Oh, God bless you. Thank you. It's good to have you on here. All right, so you people, somebody has said something. Oh, let's take a swipe at this comments made by, this is a soon to be honorable. Is he not representing his constituents? Southern men who refuse polygamy are contributing to prostitution. And that's by Ned Nwoko. Okay, Ned Nwoko don't come out talk say southern men wey refuse to marry more than wey refuse to follow im pattern in a nutshell. So na dem dey make prostitution boku for land. That is to say, you men that have been, I don't know if to say responsible enough. I don't know the right word to use, but No, you cannot be responsible. I mean, if you people are the ones that are, increasing the number of prostitutes that we have in our country. Imagine. I'm saying that, seeing the way that it is in the north, that one man, has up to four, three wives, thereby reducing the number of women on the street. So the southern men, and also having more children. And so the southern men, they should, hey, so now waiting at the kind of law where this one go they pass for house with this. It don't be. And this one goes on to say, you see, we have so I also heard someone saying this, but this thought, I think last week I also said this with Mr. Pansat. I think Mr. Kennedy was on that broadcast also. That even Brother Nice, I think you were also on that broadcast where Mr. Pansat said he's coming back home to mobilize, to join Nigerians to have the rallies and protest and occupy and everything. That the good ones are left out, and we are allowing the bad ones, the ones that are not good enough to be lawmakers, we are leaving those positions for them, because the ones that are sane enough, intelligent enough to be lawmakers, that have what it takes, that have thinking caps, that have what it takes, that can serve a nation, they are running away from it. Rather, they'd rather be giving advice from afar. Jackpot, go to another man's country and be talking to us over the internet or over the phone. We need to, see how we want to reconsider this. But then I'm ready.
Yeah, you make me laugh. You said Japan. Receiver. No, it's not. I addressed this issue before. This Ned Nwoko is just disguising. You understand? Under his own this thing habit is disguising. He is a man. He's a polygamy. He has gone out with many prostitutes. All those prostitutes that disguise themselves as a Nollywood actress, stars. He has gone out with a lot of them, to the extent that he even married the one that was even minor. So now that is the kind of life he want Nigerians to live, you know. And even as him is doing his own in the south. Now the northern ones, they are marrying underage marriage. They are marrying 9 years and 10 years girls. So now our politicians, now they are way with that, So then they advise the whole Nigerians to continue to do the same thing. When you were talking about the good ones, Japa, what you need to understand in Nigeria is that it's not by what you know, it's not by reading politics, it's not by the school you attend to read politics. That is why that is how they elect people in Nigeria. They elect people depends on the money you have. If you're a multi-billionaire now, you buy or you just go to meet them in Abuja, all those stakeholders, them. You just meet all those top politicians, then you just you just lobby them. Before you know, they'll put you in a place. If it is by what you know or by your qualification, that is how they choose politicians in Nigeria. Many of us in diaspora will be a politician in Nigeria. But it does not work that way. You understand? So what are we going to do? The only thing we will do now is to exercise patience, to make sure we have another leader in power that have foresight, that can bring youth into politics, give us the chance to play our own part. That's the only thing we can do for now. You think people in politicians now, you go and meet those Fulani leaders to tell them that you want to become this politician in the north, you think they will accept? They will never accept. They will even kill that person. So it's not politics, not be joking. It's that game, not be joke, not be joke. Now only righteous person, if God-fearing person did there, now person if he gets space to say he want go try himself. If evil men did there, anybody will go put in hand like he want kill himself. It's suicide straight politics. Thank you.
But nice, I hear you loud and clear. Thank you too, Mr. Chima Obi, the doc himself. How you doing, sir? Happy New Week. It's good to have you on here. Please unmute your mic, Mr. Chimaobi.
Thank you. Good morning, Emma.
Good day to you, sir. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. It's been a long time. Hello.
I'm here, sir.
Okay. Um. Although I'm very busy, but from where I started to watch the story you were narrating, um, for somebody who the husband, I think, caught on infidelity and all this and all that. Um. I think what you said is a great answer for the woman or the man to depart in peace so that uh, people will not hear tomorrow the woman break the husband head or the husband break the wife head or the husband kill the wife and all this and all that. So for you to just got married and you engage in such act, I don't know why the person engaged in that relationship at the first place. Although this happened to me, I remember when I came to United States, I was, trying to find my way. I was, educating myself and trying to find my way. And then um, the lady I promised then in Nigeria that, okay, don't worry, when I go, I will do everything possible. Once I get settled down, I'll try to, do the right thing. So uh, I was there just 6 months. Um, the person I communicate with you every day, I talk to you every day, I call you every day, I spend money every day and all this and all that. At a time, that communication started withdrawing, like started, it is no longer the way it was then. So, but this person keep on demanding, but that communication is not flowing the way it was. So at a point in time, I started asking questions. Okay, why is it like this? You finally had it, had time to, in form of discuss and talk, things about what you want, relationship, and all this and all that. So until one day the lady opened up that she has to tell me, but she don't know how to say it, but she want me to forgive her. So when she tell me, oh, she went to choir, the pastor come to, she went to collect something from their choir, choir is the choir headmaster or something like that, and this and that happened. I thought that okay, good and fine. And for me, I hold nothing against you. That is me telling her, I hold nothing against you, but what you did, because your conscience is beating you, you were able to say it out. I encourage you for that. But on the other hand, you have broken my promise. I kept my promise, but you have broken it. If you did not let me know, I will not know. But surely one day I will know. So, but now that it is out, I forgive you. And I encourage her, okay, because there is no way I will go ahead in this relationship. I cannot go ahead in it. So, because of that, I will encourage you to establish a relationship with whoever that your choir master, whoever that it is. I will encourage you to establish a relationship with that particular person. But for me, I think we have to end it in a very good note. So later on, she started telling my friend then, Dr. Alibe, she started telling him, sorry, this is what happened. She did not mean it. This is what happened. She's sorry. She's sorry. The man told her that there is nothing she can do about it. Then the man encouraged me. The man, like discussed with me. I told him the same thing. That how can I wake up if I eventually go on this relationship? How can I wake up having this in my mind and living with this kind of woman? That is no longer possible. So because of that, we depart in peace. I encourage her. I told her what she will do. I told her that it's okay that she spoke it out so that she will be free, you know. So at the end of the day, we depart in peace. And it's unfortunate that, it's since then till now, it's hard for her to find a man that she can live with because probably what happened, or probably the way things fall out, or probably she no longer finds it interesting. So for me, from the story you just narrated, it is good for the man not to dig deep, forget whatever that you spent, forget the marriage that happened, forget the good time, because for that lady to behave like that, including even though if it is the man that behaved like that, it is good that they end it in a very good note. Because no matter how you can forgive, but you can't forget. You know, you can forgive, but you cannot forget. Is there. So it is the best interest for both of them to stay alive, for both of them to live and depart in peace and call that marriage end. For me, that is what I have to say for that. Thank you.
No, Mr. Chima, we don't mute your mic just yet because I want to ask you some questions. Did it not mean anything that she came to you herself?
Yes,
That was not a big enough reason.
no, no, yes, Ima. That is why I encourage him. I'm a principled person. Ima, if you look at the picture I have here in my background, that is my father's house. Okay, that is my father's house. The time I met, we're grooving. The time I met, we're enjoying themselves. You know those days where you have a one single room, you will bring the money, you put light, you buy. I pass my neighbor generator. My mate, we're doing all those things. How we how we go to school, Emma. You know these palm trees. I climb palm trees and cut the palm fruit for people. I do all kind of job. And what am I doing? I labored so hard, my mates they were enjoying. But when I labored, what I use my money to do is to buy textbook, is to pay my school fees. I will go to the market, sell akara, sell ugu leaf. I know you know ugu leaf. Say akara and akamu before I will go to school. Amen. So this house is my father's house. But for the glory of God, that house is not a mansion. So why am I telling you this? I'm saying this because I know who I am. I know where I'm coming from, right? And I'm a principled person. If I can keep my own dignity within myself, and Ima, if it is you and you know me, possibly you know me in and out, right? And I'm telling you, girl, come on, the future is so bright. Forget what you are saying today. Your friends you know today, next 5, 10 years, you will not know them anymore. You can't even call many of them. So these are promises that a man gave to a lady. So now, because of the future I'm chasing the future. Because one of my lecturer in school then in Nigeria told me, you don't have no reason to blame anybody for failing. Blame yourself if you fail. It's still ringing in my head today wherever I go. So, Iman, these are the principles that guide me, right? So I told this lady, girl, come on. She was studying nursing then. I told her, girl, come on. The future is bright for me and you, for anybody around us. But we have to pay that sacrifice. Then when I got the opportunity to leave Nigeria, I moved. I left everything. I moved because I know what I want. The kind of dream I have that I will achieve. I want to chase it. So when I go where I want to be, I quickly enroll in the same school. There's beautiful ladies here in United States, white, black, Spanish, Indian. You can call it whatever you can call it. So if I decide to do the same thing, it's very easy. And in my field, even as I'm talking to you, a lot of ladies They want to have relationship with you. I'm telling you the truth. But this is a man who has a dignity and self-respect. Okay, I told her, okay, girl, these things are possible. Even while I'm here, I still call you. I sponsored you. I tell you, girl, forget. I'm yours. I'm yours. All we need to do is to pay that sacrifice. Okay, less than 6 months. Then, while I'm here, without food, studying, going to work. Emma, go to work and study all at the same time. You know, if you tried it, you will know how hard it is. And here in the United States, you must get about 98% before you can pass, depending on the course you are studying. Right? So all these things are going on. Then, and being somebody coming from Nigeria, you really have to be on top of your game, otherwise you will fall out. So these are the things that are coming. Why I'm focusing, and this lady came to me. The communication we used to have, you are not deviating, you are not sluggish, you are not too much interested. I tried to find out what happened until she opened up to me. When she opened this up to me, I welcome it. I honestly encourage her. I told her, see, you have broken the promise. Okay? If I want to go away from you, I should have done that. I have them around me every second, every minute of the day. But no, because I know where I'm going. I know what I want to achieve. So I encourage her. Thank you for being boldly enough for you to speak this now. And it hurts me. Even till today, it hurts me. But Emma, I can live every day of my life waking up, seeing a woman I love, knowing what has happened, and live with it. That is where frustration will come in. And because of that, I try to avoid all those necessary distractions. And I encourage her on what she will do. So that's what happened to me. I don't know for any other person. Understand? So probably had it been I live with her, I will still have this in my mind. This is a personal, issue, but I'm sorry because of the topic, you just raised up. That what made me brought in to have peace and for us to live in peace. That is why I said, okay, I will encourage the man. If this woman has done this, if you feel you can't live with it, so that one day you will not wake up and have a different spirit and start acting upon what has happened. So that is the only reason.
Okay, Mr. Chimaobi, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Everyone is taken aback by your story. Thank you. It
I
was
want to
clearer.
I want to
Yeah,
add
but
something to what you said.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no, finish what you want to say, Miss Ima, then later I will come in. Finish what you want to.
Okay, I was going to ask you some questions like how long were you together? And I mean, if you had plans, you had future planned out with this person, do you think that this person is an angel? You do not think that things will happen in life that would threaten or shake you people? Or what made you to, give up on the entire issue? Was it the act itself or the fact that she was acting up like, not giving you time and attention anymore? Or the act of being intimate with someone else? Oh dear. Okay. Hopefully it comes back to the screen. Hopefully it comes back on here. Until then, brother nice. That goes on. So this is to every other person. This question is to every man out there, every married man out there, especially. I mean, being that you've gone through life with this person, you have kids, 20, 25, 10, even 5 years later. Do you think that you will be with this person and never would, you never do you think you would have to forgive them for an act like this? Never. But Anais, I know you are not married yet, but I also like your view on this because you're a man nonetheless. So please.
Yeah, thank you once again. Um, like me, I'm a man with principle. You understand? And this brother Chimaobi, the day he spoke, the very first day I saw him, I know he's a very principled person. You understand? You see, people that was raised up in a decent way, those kind of people, you don't play with them. That is why if you're in a relationship with any man, you need to study that man. Study that man. You guys need to study yourselves, both the man and the woman. Know that this person is not to be played with. You need to know if this person is a principled person, don't play with the person's feelings. Person like me is I'm the kind of person is the that is the kind of person that I am. I'm a man of principle, and I don't play with my feelings, and I don't like to hurt people's feelings as well. You understand? Because if my yes is my yes, my no is my no. You understand? That is how I live. You know. And on top of that, I'm a born again Christian. So you need anybody that want to live with me. That person need to study me, and I take my time to study that person as well, that woman. So then when you were talking about the other side of it, definitely, temptation will come in every relationship. Temptation will come. The devil will tempt that relationship. Definitely, trials will come. But that is where this thing come in. Forgiveness. Sometimes you will give that relationship second chance. You understand? So when you give that relationship second chance, if that thing repeat itself again, then you can take your final decision. So that is how I see things. So there's still second chance and there's still forgiveness. So like me, if it's a person that maybe I really want to live my life with her and she made such mistake, if I know it's the first time, I might give her second chance. You understand? But if that thing occur again, my definite decision is over. That is my response for now, Miss Ima.
All right, brother, nice. Thank you very much. But you do very much know that it hurts a woman as much as if when a husband does this or when a partner does this. Every time it happens, I don't know if there's a stage you get to and you just get used to the hurt, but where are the mamas on here, where are the ladies, where are the women on here on a day like this? Please, if you're listening, do well to click on the link and let's have this conversation. Thank you very much, brother nice, and even Mr. I think Insipidi, no, Mr. Chimabe, I've heard both of you say I'm a principled. I mean, is every man out there not principled? What does every principled man, the ones that cheat, does that mean that they are not principled? These are Mr. Kennedy,
I thought
please.
you want me to answer that.
No. I'm moving on to Mr. Kennedy.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I came at the middle of the discussion. I didn't quite understand what transpired at the beginning. So please, could you take about 30 seconds, 1 minute to enlighten me?
Okay, sir. A man caught his wife 4 days after their wedding, caught her cheating. And I mean, the date, this is when a woman is still supposed to be enjoying honeymoon and all of this. Now, this is what brought about the question. And the man walked away from the marriage. So, is it that a man cannot forgive things like this? A man cannot, is there nothing for the man to hold on to as a woman would? You have a case of once or twice, and every the man when it has to do with a man, and in this situation, they'll be like, you already know what the man would do in this, but why is it so? A woman has to compromise. It should be fine. There should be something that you would say because of this. Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, thank you very, very pathetic and touching story. But I was at work when I heard the guy talking. I think that was Mr. Chimaobi was, narrating his ordeal. This it is happening every now and again, and I heard, sorry, both of them, both Chimaobi and Brother Nai say they are principled men. And in such a situation, we give it a critical analysis, as Nnamdi Kanu would say, critical appraiser. that have been married, we have probably seen worse than this. You see, that is life. I'm not trying to say what the woman did was right, but sometimes you don't know. You always think it is greener on the other side. The next woman you are going to meet is probably going to be worse. Again, I am not, defending what the woman did. First of all, you look at the circumstances surrounding the infidelity. What made the woman, after 4 days after wedding, what made her to go into, having affairs with somebody else? Was it the affairs she had before that was detected after the wedding, or she just went having an affair 4 days after the wedding? And what is the circumstances? What pushed her? Is it that the husband's whatever is not working? The cassava is not working. What happened? Is it that the husband did not give her attention after the wedding, or is it that her ex-boyfriend that keep pestering her to continue the relationship? All these are the things you are supposed to put in context. But anyway, it is not. Y- you know.
Okay,
Uh,
Mr.
okay,
Kennedy.
go ahead,
Mr.
ma.
Kennedy, I think I even did bad, right? So while I brought that story on here, the doc himself decided to share a personal story with us. So I think we should rather work with, our own story on here, right? So Mr.
Okay.
Chimaobi shared with us that this happened with someone he was in relationship with, and that she had an affair with the Aqua Master, and but she was the one that opened up to him. It's not like he would have known if she didn't open up to him. So now the question is, I mean, did it not count for anything that she opened up to you?
Yes, it's very touching. Or it's a kind of very frustrating if the woman you love comes openly to tell you she's having an affair. And look at the situation. That's what I was talking about, the other issue. You give it the critical appraiser. What happened? And how long were you, away from this woman? When a man and a woman, when they stay afar, when they stay separate from one another, that's how the heart too goes away. So let's not deceive ourselves about it. Is this a distant marriage or distant relationship? It's a problem. You see, a woman is probably seeing different hands-on and masculine people day in day out, and these people are seducing, or making her get attracted to them one way or the other. She's a human being, and this happens. This woman is probably not going out because when your relatives see her outside, they're probably going to report her. She will find a convenient place, that is the church, where she is very convenient or comfortable with the choir master. And even when she goes to the choir master's house, she's seen as comfortable there, because people would think because these are children of God or whatever. And that would be a comfort zone, the most comfortable zone for her to have this relationship, and she did. And when she was, kind of pricked, her mind was pricking her conscience was pricking her. She decided to open up. But I would advise that, such a situation, you just, if actually the love was there, you forgive, instead of starting. And I know a lot of people will come against me. Instead of starting it, because it's always there. The next woman too will be the same. And if these things happen, vice versa, in case of men, we always want this woman to forgive that we are men. So when it happened, is it because the woman came up openly to confess? What if she has not said anything? I know, it's going to disturb his conscience, but you have to just manage your conscience and forget and move on. Probably the woman that, summoned courage to confess will probably not do it again, because I see her as 50% honest for coming to say it out. Believe people say, "What you never see, you never reach there." When you when you dey marry, get children, you go see say this life not easy. Oh, the life not easy. When you begin get children, you marry, you begin to see a lot of things. It go be like dream for you. So people when never married before. So my brother, like brother, nice. I pray one day you invite me to your wedding. I will come. Oh. So if you marry the thing, it's not that easy, my brother. I'm happy you were a little bit soft on this. Some things they happen. When Clinton, Bill Clinton, former president, had affairs with the intern, that was Monica Lewinsky. Hillary Clinton said, forgiving him, because if she had known, she wouldn't have even had time. I'm not justifying what he did. Hillary Clinton wouldn't have had the guts to run for the presidency. But anyway, I sympathize with it. Like a lot of people sympathize with me the other day when I conducted DNA test on my daughter. But people were saying, no, if I'm the one, I wouldn't conduct. You see, if it happens to you, before it happened to me, I was saying that too. You see, in this situation, is the same. So we learn how to for if Jesus Christ forgave. He said, if you are the one without sin, be the first to cast a stone. You see, all these things are contradicts itself, but we just have to live, because nobody knows the grass at the other side. It's probably not even as green as the one that we are matching here. So that's my take on it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that submission, Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Chimavi, it's good to have you back.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. Hello?
Yes. Okay. Okay, so like I asked the other panelists, like, is there nothing that you could? So before you left, I was asking how long were you in a relationship with this person?
Okay. Thank you. That relationship started when I was in my fifth year in school in Nigeria then. So and uh, like when you find yourself like in form of help, help to your fellow students. Maybe you are higher than them, right? And you are coaching a lot of them. So that is when this relationship started. And what made me totally said, okay, we have to encourage each other and call it a day, was this particular lady. She's a Deeper Life church member, right? So like they believe that they have to do the right thing at the right time. So this what make me believe and believe in her, right? So we keep going on until okay, 50 year, six, okay, it lasted 3 years before I left Nigeria. So all those time that I was there in Nigeria, everything was like, oh, this is the best people you can ever like get, you know. So things were very, very good. And you told me, you confided to me, like somebody who came to you and confided to you, I am who I am, right? I am who I am, the way God made me so far. And and if you mean what you said, I'll be for you. This is a word from a woman. I will be for you. And if God would ordain it, we will be married. So this lady now, for her then, she had never had any sexual engagement with anybody, neither me, and I believe it. Okay, so this is what encouraged me. This is what boosted my spirit. Say, okay, if a woman can do something like this, can hold her faith so tight like this, I have to work with this woman. So we started working together. We started working. I mean, knowing my background, that if I mess myself up, my parents and my other siblings and everybody I know around me, they may suffer, and me, I will suffer. So that's make me to be focused, because I was 100 more than 1,000% focused on my academic, how I would get it done, and there was too much pressure then that you must succeed. So like all these things contributed that make everything perfect, and I'm doing everything possible to make sure that I get the right thing. So things were moving very well, very smooth, very okay, very okay. Even
All right,
as I,
Mr. Kennedy. Please, before you leave this junction, quickly take a question, Mr. Kennedy, please.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chimaobi said he had this. I don't know whether to call it affair or not. For 3 years, you dated for 3 years. I wanted
yes,
to
sir.
ask. Yes, I wanted to ask this question before you made mention of it yourself. You said you never had sex with her.
No,
Okay, and have you had sex before then with any other person?
no.
And this woman a virgin?
Yes, that's what she told me. That she is who
Okay.
she is. That
Yes.
she is who she is the way God made her. Right.
Yes. Okay.
And
You see. Okay. Thank you. You see why I always talk about these people that says church, church, church. I was a member of the scripture union, like your ex woman, so we know the secret. These people when they tie hair, go reach their face. Oh, na rubbish. We know what they happen. So how can you trust a woman like that in the higher institution? Anyway, I'm not blaming you. These people are having sex. These people are having sex. She told you she hasn't had sex. Doesn't mean she's a virgin. And the fear virgin, person when not know anything, it is very difficult to deal with. This woman wasn't a virgin. She has been having this affair with this, whatever this church. We know what is going on in church. Let me tell you, last time I was talking about this, people thought we are lying. And Miss Sema was asking me what made you change. I have not changed. I wouldn't want to mention the church in worry that I was a member. Those of us that were in the higher institutions, in the universities, Polytechnic College of Education, they were treating us very differently. Do you know what happened? In the church, after church service, all my younger siblings will be taken home by my auntie, will be taken home, and I will wait for the uncle and the other people in the high institute will all wait. They will open the fridge and bring out a lot of beers and we will drink before going home. This is happening in the church, but the loyal cadre of people wouldn't understand what is going on. And you keep shouting scripture, this church, I wouldn't mention the church in what. So this is what is going on. So you don't trust these people. They are all enjoying. They do all these things. Sorry about it. That is what I want to say.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Chimaobi.
Mr.
Kennedy,
Kennedy,
you know that that's not
This, this
applicable
man,
to all
this man, don't
churches.
come.
Mr. Kennedy,
Mr.
you know
Kennedy,
that that is not applicable to all churches. There
No, if
are, but when we see
Mama,
things like
Mama, if you are
that,
not there, you wouldn't know. If you are not
it's
there, you wouldn't know. Go to the
but
backstage.
some of us, no, but you cannot say that. I mean, we all go to churches, and some of us go to church. You do not say, I go and stay. No, there are some there are some churches who truly are following the pattern of Jesus Christ. So you cannot generalize that.
I am not generalizing. I said sometimes it happens. Have you ever been to where they share the offering? So, Mama, let's go ahead. We are all human beings. Have you ever been to where they share the offering, the percentages?
Mr. Kennedy, some of us are amongst the people that love the church and go with the church, please, sir.
Okay,
So
sir. Okay,
yes,
ma.
yes.
Sorry.
All
Sorry
right,
about
Mr.
that.
Kennedy,
please. I don't want us to digress. I don't want us to digress. Let's go back to Mr. Chimaobi, please. I'll come back to you, please. Thank you. All right, Mr. Chimaobi.
yeah. So thank you so much. So yes, I believe that was what deceived me. But then because of how I got my admission by God grace. So that's make me I don't want to lose focus and I don't want to be up, I don't want anything that will in form of distract me at all. Even here, I have said it that even in my school then, I lived with a Benin boy, Tunde then, and for complete 5 years, I don't know that Tunde is a cultist. I don't know because I always going to school library. That's all I do. Friday, I went home to go and hustle. So this is what I was doing throughout all my days. This is what I was doing. I'm always in school Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm back to house. I have
But
to work
Mr.
to raise
Chimaobi,
money.
Mr. Chimaobi, there seems to be a fault in that. I mean, you just say that you stayed with your roommate for 5 years and you didn't even know that was a call
Yeah, yes.
because
I
you
said
were
it here
busy.
the other day.
Yeah.
when Brother Nice was,
Please hold on.
telling about.
I want to ask you a question. That means you don't pay attention to the things around you, to the people around you. And that
And
also is a problem, especially when it has to do with a woman, Mr. Chimaobi.
Ima, this guy case, right? This guy is my classmate. And the way this guy presents himself, hardly on earth you will know. There is no way. I'm telling you, there is no, people are hardened. People heart is hardened. I'm telling you, people heart is completely hardened. But I don't know that why he was attached to me so much is because, we studied together. Like I help him, when I study a lot, when I study, I always, before exam, I always summarize the topic in a way that we try to find a shortcut to find our solution when it is hard, right? So I don't know that this is the main reason why this guy was attached to me. Even if till tomorrow, if somebody come to me and tell me that Tunde is this, I will never believe it. I will never believe it until what happened occurred. So that was when I started to, like even me, there when if I'm going to school, if I'm in the school, I'm always afraid because this guy during exam time, this guy is always with me. And I don't even know that this is going on background. I don't know. And it's very hard. It is difficult. I'm telling you, it is very, very difficult. So going back to the lady, so that was like how I developed that trust to her. That was how it happened. Then when I got that opportunity for me to leave Nigeria, I took it. Knowing my dreams, knowing what I want, I took it and I told this lady, the future is bright. The future is so bright. There is nothing happen to the future. You, the children, your parents, the children, we're gonna have everything's gonna be by God's grace. Things will fall into place, and by the grace of God, things for exactly what I dream is what happened in my life. I'm telling you. So even so that was what made me so heartbroken. Like I cried almost for months. It nearly affected my academics here then. I cried so hard, but at the end of the day, I have the courage to move on. But we settled in peace. And the peace we settled, I told her that me as a man, I know what I have passed through, that I can wake up every morning living with you, knowing what has happened. I can't trust you. I can't put my trust in you. I can't put my family in you. I can't put my wealth in you. No, I cannot, because it's gonna live with me. If you have that power to do that, you did not think about me. You did what you did. That means you don't love me for the first place.
All right, Mr. Chimaobi.
Yeah, thank you.
So, no, I want to ask you a question, Mr. Chimaobi.
Okay.
Please, just a minute. Okay, so you as a person, you never would cheat on your partner, right? That's something you would never do, and you are very sure of this.
I have not. Even I have not. Maybe it is because of the way I got admission. Because when I finished my secondary school in 2007, I wrote WAEC in 2007. I got admission the same time. That's what happened to me, to the school, to the higher um, education. I have not really played life like my friend. Even here, I never go to club. I never play life like my friend, because Ima, when you know where you are coming from, when you know your background, when you know that nobody will help you when you fall, you will do everything to keep you going. Ima, that is what I did. And I thank God today, the help that my family couldn't get, the help that my family member that we claim to be rich couldn't give to us, I'm giving it to people free. So
All right.
that's what make me to be more focused, to maybe I was not carried away by by daily activities. I'm telling you, even till today, even to me, I'm very, very, like, I can't even stand, even if somebody now started telling me, Chima, oh, this is what is happening in your life. I couldn't believe it. Even till today, I'm still that anxious of achieving my success. So probably that is what happened to me. I did not see the other side of school life, of life at all.
Miss Ima, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. You see what Mr. Chima is saying? Eh? It's only the people who don't have the spirit to perceive things that can argue what he's saying. You see, when I was in Nigeria, eh, you see all those court issue that you thought about. Your closest family, your own brother, will be among them, and you never know. These people can keep secrets. Even it's not like now that is very pronounced now. Everything is pronounced now. All those ones that they now used to put it on social media, they don't do all those things before. It's against their rules that time. You will have some family that will be in school doing those things. But when they come home, they are the coolest guys so far in the world. You will not see it in their face. Even people that belongs to that team, they will not come close to them when they're at home with their family. These people are very secret. That's why all those things Mr. Shima is talking about is real, unless you are not in the streets. So that is just for that. When I was talking about a principle, I said, do you think in this 21st century, a boy like me can still go into the streets of Europe preaching the gospel? You think it's easy? Do you know that since I've set my foot, I left Nigeria and set my foot to this Europe, I've never done anything that boys does every day in Europe here. I don't go to club. I don't go to events. I always stay. My best friend is the things of God. You understand? So it's not everybody that is why you don't, if you are talking, you don't generalize people. There are people, we know that there are a lot of boys want to do whatever they want to do today, but there are still people that still keep their principle. That is why you don't generalize. People like me, it's very rare to see, but we still exist. That's why I told you before that when I saw this Mr. Chimaobi, when he spoke the first time, my spirit perceived him that he's a very decent person and he's from the same background like me. So people like us still exist, but there are few. That's just the truth. That's why you don't generalize. All those guys that when they were talking about virgin, they are still virgin out there. You understand? So you cannot judge everybody with someone's mistakes. So that's just the truth. That's what I want to say, Miss Ima. There are still people with principles. So those kind of people you don't play with them. I don't play with their feelings. You have to study them. That's all.
All right, brother Nice. Thank you for your submission. Thank you to those on the comment section. Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin, what's up with you? So you are unpicking the Bitcoin is. I think it's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. All right, let's move on to another story. So over the weekend, yeah, something happened. Somebody threw caution to the wind. Somebody said, all right, we have the story of this man, well known as Olaya Igwe. All right, so there's a viral video of this man that shows him walking on the beach or walking to the beach, on the beach, to the water, into the water. You get the picture, right? Isha was walking straight into the water, and he was, saying some, chanting something, some words. Uh, that's okay. Yeah, chanting some words, like prayer chants. Yeah, prayer chants, but stark naked and invoking his ancestors. And that caused a stare. And like people were saying, if I woke up to my father doing that, the ground would have to open up for me. If I did this, if I do that, that was ha. Who has seen that video? Hey, wow. All right. This is the same man that Oluomo gifted a car some months back, and he was literally rolling on the floor saying thank you to Oluomo, and now we are seeing. Okay, we'll get there. 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 It's good to know that you're interested. We'll get there. Udokaja, it's good to have you on here. You're very late. All right. So there is this man, Olaya Igwe, and when he was asked why that happened, he said when he was sick, he was almost dying. That it is Tinubu's wife from me. Tinubu that instead he was taken to a certain hospital, and and they moved that if the hospital is not good enough, he had the option of being flown out of the country. Now, this happened many years backwards, many years ago, and but in a spirit of gratitude, right? That is his reason why he's insisting that this person must attain that position that he so desires. Okay, yeah, that's about that story. Let's take a couple of reactions from Nigerians on this play of events, and this is by Nii Dani. Says, well, there is nothing bad in supporting a candidate, but too extreme to go naked to show you are praying for him, except if there is more to what eyes are seeing. I doubt if Olaya Igwe has ever gotten naked to even thank God who created him. So no matter what he thinks is a benefit he has enjoyed from Tinubu or his agents, but is a ridiculous thing. Does he think about his children at all, their future? And this is, I think he's thinking about that. That's why he would do that. But he's not thinking about the good of every Nigerian. Bola G. Martins 89 says, Tinubu that paid his medical bill the other time still needs to pay another medical bill for him at the psychiatric hospital, Aro Abeokuta. This is from Joanne. Says, God does not answer this kind of prayers. Suffering, killings, and hardship in the land. The blood of innocent Nigerians would not allow APC again. Okay, and we have this comment. Yeah, we should take our time to read this. Says, this is by Femi Lano. Says, the reason is Nigerians' core problem. This reason is Nigeria's core problem. No wonder Tinubu could boldly say in public that it is time for all those he has helped or supported to now help him win the presidency. That's how he called on them to win the APC ticket, and that's how he is relying on to win the elections. But my message to everyone, especially those who want to vote Tinubu based on one thing or the other that they have benefited from him directly or indirectly, is this. After this election, if he wins, you should have repaid your debts, Abi. We will all be under his government together. When the fears of everyone, both religious, health, and policy transparency fears, starts playing out, don't blame God. Don't ask vain rhetorical questions. Just ask yourself how much that relationship you so much wanted to pay back on is doing for you and your country by then. Then lick your wounds. No. It shouldn't be ending that way. This is the last one. This is from comedian Extreme. Says this simple question is it in the interest of Nigeria or personal gratitude? Well, that is why Nigeria is what it is. We will rather employ someone based on relationship than merit. However, your vote is your personal right, so we respect your choice. But at the point that Nigeria is now, I will pick Nigeria before any candidate. And this is Real Dance Man says, so God, where don't they help you since all your life? Why can't you support God's will for this nation and vote Peter Obi? This is Abiora Day says, Oga, Even when you are sick, as a citizen of Nigeria, you do not need to know someone in the political office before you have access to good health system. I mean, now this is a public figure. And your reason, if you are just said that this is who you want, that could have been fine. But you are saying this is who you want because this person help. So other Nigerians that do not have access to this person, what happens to them? If this is your reason, and now this is what has brought us to the question, why Peter Obi? Why are you picking him? I mean, it would be good to know that the people we are in this fight together with, they are for the nation and not for their own personal interest. Brother Nice, I'd like to, hear why you want Peter Obi, why you desire Peter Obi to be the president. What are the things that he has done? What are the things he's saying he would do? What are those things that you see about him? Sell him to us.
I should say Peter Obi to everyone.
Yes, please, we have to buy him. Don't you want us to buy him? Sell it to
You don't
us.
come, you don't come put me for all sports. Which level will be this? You see me accept Peter Obi to her. Um, uh, Peter Obi is a good project. Everybody knows that. So I'm not the one that will sell him. He just reviewed his manifesto yesterday. So we were debating on that. The 7-point agenda, He talked about sophisticated infrastructure and our fixing our electricity. And he talked about securing the nation, about against the external this thing, aggression. He talked about a lot of things that the manifesto is very beautiful. You cannot compare it to other. I don't know if the rest of them have manifesto. So Peter Obi is excellent. You understand? So there's nothing to compare. You can't compare anybody to Peter Obi. He's the best. You understand? So the problem is that it's not about manifesto now. It's about implementation. To implement, that is where the problem lies in Nigeria. You understand? We have had previous manifesto, but I trusted Peter Obi that he's going to do better. You understand? That is just my own opinion, So, and let's do everything to where the challenge is now is how are we going to take all this Kaba away from there to put Peter Obi? That's where the fight lies now. It's not about manifesto now. What if manifesto is beautiful and Kaba did not leave the place? Not be as we want to approve the Kaba and then I wahala dey so. Peter Obi is a good project. Manifesto is nice. But how are we going to remove the Kaba so that we will put these people, put Peter Obi on the manifesto, so that we will see a beautiful Nigeria? The Kaba, they are not ready to leave. Now there wahala dey so. So now it make me talk, say, the last opportunity this Kaba have now is this election. After this election, if they don't want to give us what we want, that's the way they happen for Iran. Maybe they expect them, and nobody will be spared. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Kennedy, please go on.
Okay, thank you for giving me time again. This man Olaya Igwe, where is he from? Because I can see two different ethnic names here. Olaya is Yoruba and Igwe is Igbo. So where is he from? I'm
He's
sorry
a
to
Yoruba man.
ask.
He's a Yoruba man.
Ah, okay. So why is he answering Igwe? Is that a nickname?
I do not know, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Anyway, this man before I sell Obi to the whole world, let me first of all dwell on this Olaya Igwe issue. I don't know if it's right for us to say this man is a principled man because he has decided to give back to somebody that has helped him. So that is his principles. So though his principles we might not like it, but he's a principled man by believing in giving back in whoever has helped him. Tinubu has always been saying it is time for people he has helped put in power one way or the other to pay him back. So those are their principles. But anyway, that's a digression. Peter Obi is a kind of a presidential candidate, very, very unprecedented in the sense that we haven't seen this type before. That is been loved by both the North and the South. So just don't make any mistake about it. A lot of people are, probably, spewing venoms at Peter Obi. I think it's because they feel they are losing the battle. So initially, they were saying, Peter Obi has no structures. And now they can see structures from north, west, south, and east. And they are beginning to say something very different. They're beginning to sing songs that are not palatable to the ear. So up to this moment, we haven't seen anybody, as decent as Peter Obi, somebody who is not arrogant, somebody who doesn't spew venom, somebody who doesn't insult people. He's always calling, even if he's been insulted, he will definitely call these people his elder brothers and his senior colleagues and his whatever, whatever. I think this is the kind of person we want in Nigeria. So look at the antecedent of Peter Obi when he was in Anambra State. Now somebody that has not, after leaving Anambra State, he has not collected any pension. He said we should go and verify if anybody or any government after him has paid him a pension, any kobo. He has not been paid. This is somebody who was given a land, who was probably offered a piece of land, and he gave it to the woman that sat for 35 years. He was probably there for the first 2 years, and he was offered a land by the commissioner of land and survey or whatever, and he rejected it and said, "Give it back, give it to the woman that has sat for 35 years." And we all are privy to what the Oba of Benin, our revered Oba of Benin, he said, about this Peter Obi. And Peter Obi, from the statistics he's giving out, you can see that this man has gone far and wide to make sure he galvanizes the whole Nigeria. He is not a bigot, both religious and ethnic. He's not a religious bigot. He's not an ethnic bigot. He's trying to galvanize everybody. We are happy now that the vice presidential candidate is going across the northern states and try as much as possible to debunk the lies that have been told by both PDP and and the APC pundits. So these are the pundits that have been saying lies, trying to damage the image of Peter Obi in the north and all that, trying to label him religious bigot and all that. You see, Dati has been going around doing all these things, but we are happy that the manifesto was almost causing hula balloon all over. Is already out, about 62 pages or 70 pages if I'm not mistaken, and let us move on from there. This is a very humble man. He is intelligent. He has his personal money. Though he said he is not a saint and nobody is a saint, but we are sure with the advent of Peter Obi, the country will reach its crescendo. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you for your submission on that. To those on the comment section, you could also answer this question, especially if this is your preferred candidate on forthcoming elections. Who is Peter Obi and why? Why are you vouching? Why does he have your votes? Yes, we want to know. It is high time we begin to know those that are, for personal and for national interest. And aside for that, it's good for us to know the reasons why. Okay, I want to know the reason why. I want to know. I'd like to have new ideas. I need to have more reasons why I should fall in love, and even much more for people out there to know why they should, buy these candidates, why they should switch. So when you have your time, please use it wisely. You just, might not know who you are talking to or who will be listening. So, who is Peter Obi and why him? Okay, we'll move on to another panelist. Let's see who we have here. But before that, giving a big, big shout out to Amen Etuk. It's good to have you here, my sister, my brother. It's good to have you on here. Thank you very much for your donation. God bless you, Mr. Chimaobi. Let's have your submission on there.
Thank you, Emma, for this opportunity again. The two speakers have done well. Mr. Kennedy, you have said it all. Before I say anything, I will say, yes, I was watching a town hall meeting yesterday. Atiku was there, Kwankwaso was there, P2B was there. Then Tinubu was invited, but he was not there. So this is the thing we are talking about. We need people who we can hold accountable. We need people who have integrity. And they showed it yesterday. So those three candidates that were there yesterday, I congratulate them for being there. And now that they gathered together, we can see how the knowledge is, how they shared the knowledge, how you see, when you follow that town hall meeting yesterday, you will see the critical question and the critical answer each candidate will ask and each candidate was given. So now, why I'm supporting P2B? P2B is the candidate that is telling Nigerians what they will do starting from the day they swear into office. Starting from day one, what they will do. And this man keep telling Nigeria the same thing all again, and again. So the town hall meeting so far, P2B ideas supersede every other ideas that the other two candidates are bringing in. And Nigeria should today stand up and reject Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because for Tinubu not to talk to us at any level, him and his APC doesn't want to talk to us. So the Nigeria should disqualify Tinubu from contesting this election. So going for P2B is a man. It is the man of our time. If there is anything Nigerians can do, is to give Labour Party opportunity. When P2B that speak, you will see, you will hear that there is a light. There is a solution to our problems. And they will tackle our problem if they are given chance. I'm supporting P2B today because he has shown it. He has done it. He is still doing it. For example, when flood happened in Nigeria recently, all other political parties were busy campaigning, doing town hall meetings, attacking each other. But what did this man do? P2B stopped campaigning, P2B stopped every other thing and care for Nigerians. When he stopped his campaign team, stopped everything he's doing and engage with the people. He did not send somebody to go and engage with them. He was there with the people that are suffering from flood. He was there. So this is the kind of president we need. This is the kind of man Nigeria needs today as a president. Somebody who will tell you, I will do this, and the person do it. P2B and Dati, I believe them so much that they will do what they have said they will do. That is one reason that I'm looking at and supporting Peter Obi Dati ticket. And I encourage every Nigerian, wherever you are, encourage those you are helping to get their PVC. It is no longer as usual. There is crisis. So we need a solution. And these two candidates, these two persons, Obi Dati, will help us to start realizing Nigerian dreams. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Chimaobi. Thank you. And Amen. I see you right there. Thank you very much. All right, correction taken. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Gomez. Thank you, Dr. Gomez. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gomez. All right, Mr. Chubuzo, how you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Let's have your submission in as briefly as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, good day, everybody listening. Good day, the panelists. And Emma, is it Emma? Oh, good day to you, because I don't know the. Anyway, So, good day, everybody. What I want to just add on is, well, the other political party have seen the differences, and some of them are the ones that are advocating that Itobi can win a local government. Today, most of them are feeling threatened, even with the manifesto. That manifesto Itobi released shocked the whole Nigeria. Those who are listening, those who are educated, those who understand the process of leadership and governance. So the old regime, now all of them are shaking. Atuku himself understands that he's not getting the ground. Tinubu, you can't call Tinubu. Tinubu remain, that mafia that we know. So, and the only way I would describe Tinubu is number one, he remains some few months for him to pass on because the age is not on his side. He will die very soon. That one is complete. He will go. He will go. Because, and that is why if you go to the north, Shetima is the one they are using because they know that he's not gonna make it. They just put him there as a canopy. He's not gonna make it. Shetima is the one gonna come to take over Nigeria, and that is it. Let me ask all the whole panelists. There's something I just wanna add on. Is there any possibility for any of these regimes, all these people who have been in power, is there any possibility after 10 years, let all these people clear out of the system, let new ideas take over? Because the ideas that we're having is an old idea. They are not doing anything. They're just occupying the administration spaces. They are not, they are not doing any good thing for Nigerians. Is there any possibility after 8 years, let all those people that is inside the administration, from the legislator to the parliament to the governors to the ministers, after 8 years, let them vacate the office. Let the new generation take over. Because we keep on having this thing that after governor, this one will go to the National Assembly. After National Assembly, you will go to the to become a minister, and none of them are active. None of them are efficient. They're just going there for doing nothing. If we have this kind of administration that can eradicate all this kind of old intelligence that does not benefit Nigerians, let us bring a new ideas into the system every 8 years. That would be a very good thing, because if you watch most of this, all these people call it both Tinubu, all these people that have been in office, they have been there and they have forgotten why they are there. So if we can have this kind of administration that eradicates after 8 years, let the old people go and new people can come in. That would do Nigeria a very good, will give us a very good opportunity. But if we keep on keeping all of them there, that is why they keep on having godfathers and having connections, and that is not benefiting us at all. Please, if we can do that, that would be a good thing. Anyway, the manufacturer, it will be present to them, have shocked them, and they will know that there is a new changes that is coming to Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that submission, Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Tunanja, how you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast.
Yeah, greetings, Ima. Thanks for having me. I know I was quite late. The question you asked about how we can sell Tinubu, I guess one of the biggest thing that one of the things that pops up in my mind is Shetima, isn't it? Because when you vote how to sell Peter Obi, I mean, sorry about that. What pops up in my mind is Shetima, because voting for Tinubu is voting for Shetima technically. We all know Tinubu is not there. The guy is basically not there. His speeches is riddled with, blah, 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 this kind of stuff. You can tell he can't think straight, he can't talk straight. And we know that Shetima has come out openly to say that he will be in charge of security. And when you are voting for a president, one of the most important roles he's supposed to perform is as commander in chief to the military, which is basically security. And Shetima seems to have assigned himself that task already. And that tells you everything you need to know, that for whatever loyalty people have to Tinubu, they have to think twice, because it's not Tinubu they are voting for. They are voting for Shetima. And that is something that I know our brothers in the West understand these things. They are not going to just follow blind loyalty because it's one of ours or it's a tribesman to vote for him. And then that is that on that front. Tiku, oh God, I can't even starting with that one. Yesterday when they were asking them about whether they are going to get treatment overseas, whether they are going to, you know how Nigerians are frustrated that these guys go overseas for treatment all the time. He was like, "Oh no, they can't. The treatment that I get, they can't do it in Nigeria." You will be president. How about building a world-class hospital in Nigeria? Well, he didn't even say that. He wanted to just carry on the way he was. That man doesn't seem to. I don't understand. I think there is a reason why he never won an election in terms of the actual presidential election, because he doesn't seem to know what is required. He sounds as if he's a little bit naive, just as much as he seems. Sometimes when I look at him, I think he just like, what is this guy? What is he about? Does he even know how he comes across? How detached he sounds? He doesn't know that at all. And so from that point of view, he is a complete non-starter, really, for sure. Then you look at Kwakwanso. Kwakwanso has got a lot of accomplishments that any leader, the way Nigerians like to have their leaders behave, that he has actually proposed. He actually talked about making the Nigerian this insecurity defense is up to 1 million. He talked about it on the debate, and he talked about a lot of positive things. But his gravest limitation is the fact that he's quite limited. He's limited in his scope. He seems to be limited only in the northwest, not even northeast. He's limited only to the northwest and a few states. And he doesn't seem to be keen on working with others. He doesn't want to play with Peter Obi. He doesn't want to play with anybody. He just want to do his own thing. And as a matter of fact, he actually made some kind of almost tribal statement earlier on in the campaign, which I don't think I've forgotten. So that is his limitation. Then you go to Peter Obi. As you can see, I'm only telling you about the problems many of them have that I don't like. The big ones, we all know them, isn't it? Corruption and all the rest of it. I'm just talking about the ones that even their supporters will have to consider. This in case of Peter Obi, when they asked the question about hospital yesterday, he sounded as if he wouldn't do it, but he wouldn't stop others from carrying on doing it. And that is interesting. That, and all of them, you can see that they were like, there was tension. They didn't want to answer that question. So that is something Nigerians should have to pay attention to. And nobody has bothered to ask him in terms of he did say he was going to recruit more soldiers and defense forces, and but he hasn't said anything about the numbers. So now I'm going to turn to the positives that I see in Peter Obi, and obviously the rest I don't see any much better from them. So one of the things I like about Peter is this manifesto was that he talked about Afrocentric foreign policy. That is the first time I've heard it from a Nigerian leader. This is a man, I said it before, you see, you read signs from people and signs that they cannot control. This is not something that he made up or he just did it to win the campaign. He went to Haiti in 2010. He donated money and he worked as an aid worker. I said before, one of the reasons why I'm supporting Peter Obi because he sees the greater potential of our people. He doesn't just see only one side. He sees the diaspora and he even sees the greater diaspora too. And that foreign policy is a sign that he sees that. When he says Afrocentric, not just African, Afrocentric, he knows what he's talking about. And then he also talked about the security forces that he was going to recruit. and the infrastructure aspect that he was going to look into to ensure that those things are, up to scratch. Those areas for me, you all know, those areas for me is granted, as long as you take care of security. And he talked about that security aspect too. He talked about so many other things in terms of what he's going to do to play the police and other things. He used a term, um, external forces. In other words, our defense forces needs to be ready to confront external forces. That is something that our leaders don't tend to talk about. They tend to be very shy. So it's a very, very solid manifesto in terms of education. And he even explained what he's going to do with education, which is very, very good. He talked about a lot of things that he was going to do that I actually think those things in the context of Nigeria will be easy to do if it is left to him. This is something we have to be careful about if it is left to him, because Nigeria, there are forces at play in Nigeria, and that is why that security is necessary. If he gets that security right, everything he says he's going to do, he will be able to accomplish, if not all, most of them, that will satisfy a lot of people here.
All right.
And so, sorry, I know I've gone on like a preacher right now on this one, but I think that I will just finish. I will try to be very quick now, within 30 seconds. I think that in the end, no matter what he is going there to do, Peter Obi is still politician, and the people have to make themselves worthy of being served. If he gets in there and you fall asleep, don't blame him for the result. Oh, don't blame him for the result, because when Buhari was talking about governors stealing local government money, he talked it more than 2 years ago. He talked about it even 3 years ago. Nobody was listening. It's now they are listening to him. You see, when you listen to him, you are able to act. And I hope we don't fall asleep when Peter Obi gets into office. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Naija, thank you for that. Mr. Pansat, good to have you on the broadcast. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Emma. You have a great show this morning. And
Thank you.
even I extend my greetings to fellow panelists, and especially those in the chat session. The comment section of this thing. So, okay, well, this is an awesome question that you posed to the panelists. So I'm asking that I take a little extra time, because I wanted to first discuss the qualities that we need in Nigeria from a leader in a generic sense, and then I will conclude my remarks with Obi's own qualities and why Peter Obi, because this is a very important question. I hope a lot of people are listening. Now, generally speaking, one of the best qualities that you must have to govern an African country, and especially Nigeria, will be spirituality, right? Somebody who's active and strong in faith. So it's by far the most important quality a president that we need now would have, is a strong, abiding faith in God. All right? This is not an undertaking that an ordinary man should even venture. So there's no greater preparation a man can have to be the president of Nigeria today, but one who's battle tested and have been found to overcome all the spiritual wars that come with growing up in Nigeria. Having said that, then it follows that a strong character is a must in this recipe. Character relates to the solidity of the virtue, faith, and goodness at the core of an individual. So even Obi's detractors concede that he has a strong character. So any free and enlightened society, now this is where it comes to the Nigerians, us. As enlightened society, there's a mandate, and it's necessary to place a premium on character as a core value. You have to have that. Any free society that wants to continue, let me put it this way. If you have a mirror in the house and you want to see yourself in a white garment, you have to put on a white garment before you go in front of the mirror, because that mirror is going to reflect you, the decisions you've made in your wardrobe before you go to the mirror. You cannot put on a black clothing and then go to expect to see a whiteness in the mirror, right? So we have to have a wise leader. Aside from the character one, like I said earlier, you have to have somebody who has faith in God, spiritually sound, somebody who's strong character. Then the third one is that somebody has to be wise. Wisdom is far deeper than having information about things. It is knowing the inner nature and working of things. It's understanding the relationship between living elements of life itself. So the person has to be humble. The first reality that any intelligent and enlightened man should know before even running for that office in Nigeria is that the job is essentially an impossible one. Okay, you have divisions, region, religion, tribe, even clan. So we need a humble servant, and everybody agrees that Obi is not arrogant. It's a humble person. So somebody's going to defend our rights, natural rights, the rights given to us by God. Then, of course, including your civil liberties, and then the constitutional ones. Has to be a passionate person, creative person, a patriotic person such as Peter Obi, believes in Nigeria. So somebody who's vision-driven and courageous. But let me remove it from the general aspects and go to Obi. Why Obi? Now, Obi left a credible record throughout his governance in Anambra State. That is, everybody concedes that. He left a very clean-cut record. He's known, sometimes people play with it and they say, go and verify. So he has credentials. Obi is a graduate of philosophy, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. But ever since he graduated from that school, he's gone on to prepare himself to help mankind. He's judiciously utilized his days and time to seek wisdom needed for proper service to humanity. Among those are his academic training at Cambridge University. That particular one was Advanced Leadership Program. He's gone to Oxford, Advanced Management and Leadership Program, Harvard, Mid to Mid Marketing, London School of Economics, Columbia Business School, New York, Institute of Management Development, Switzerland, Kellogg Graduate School of Management, USA, Kellogg School of Management, and Lagos Business School. Now, we'll look at his antecedents. He was governor of Anambra State, and the work he did there made President Goodluck Jonathan to recruit him to be in the advisory of his finance, a member of the economic management team. He was appointed by Jonathan to also lead the SEC. Fidelity Bank, he managed that bank, or was the chairman, Guardian Express, Mortgage Bank, Paymaster, Next International. So he's trained. He has humility, like I said earlier, in the general sense. He has leadership discipline. He's a prudent and meticulous manager of human and material wealth. He's an investor. So he is God's chosen to govern Nigeria, because everybody's been praying. We've been through a lot. So God has heard our prayers. That is the reason. Those plus the ones elucidated by Naija are the reasons why Peter Obi. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Pansat, thank you very much for that submission. Thank you to each and every one of you on this broadcast with me today. Thank you, a big, big thank you. It's a new week, and I wish you good success on this week as we draw closer to the elections and even the festive period. Let's, get ready, do all of the needful. Those yet to get their PVCs, please keep up with the release dates by INEC and see to it that you go out there and pick up your PVC and do the needful. Come that day, please do not sell your votes. A big shout out to each and every one of you that has donated to the platform today. Dr. Gomez, thank you very much. Amen. Etuk, thank you very much. God bless you. Edulite Watch, God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. And to those that are yet to do so, please take our time to do so. And I hope that you've liked this broadcast. Thank you very much to my amazing panelists. I come to you to give your final submission on the issues. Thank you. Mr. Kennedy, let's have you, please.
Sorry, I was inside my office and it's a little bit noisy. Yes,
But you were in the other room.
no, I was
Okay, all right.
I wasn't in the other room. My business is kind of noisy. Sorry. My final submission. We've all said what we have to say, and it is glaring. It is self-explaining. You see what is going on now. Obi is a movement, and his resume is quite intimidating, and everybody is panicking. I don't know what is wrong with black people. Somebody like Tinubu that cannot stand. Somebody like is very very incoherent. Look at what he's saying, and people could stand by him, and even people still clapping and saying "City Boy" when somebody is saying "Bola Blue." Broom, 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 Buhari, Buhari, and all that. And people are not even ashamed. They're still standing there. And this man has families, and nobody is calling him to order. Why is it that they want to kill this man? That me, I don't understand. I would have loved if people just walk away from the campaign rally and make him realize that I don't even know. Like I said during the money broadcast, are we sure we're not dealing with a ghost? Because nobody knows where he came from. Nobody knows where his primary school, his secondary school, and all that. And people are still clamoring. Some people are still clamoring for him to become the president of Nigeria, as diverse as the country. Well, we still have to, continue to galvanize our people, galvanize Nigerians from east to north. Make sure these people they vote for Peter Obi to become the president. Somebody earlier said that, what if after voting and the cabal refuse? It's not possible in the 21st century. Let the vote take place, and let the winner be announced. In a judicious manner. You see, Peter Obi being ushered in as the president. There's nothing that will stop it. So, but let us be steadfast. Let us continue to galvanize people. Let us continue to evangelize and see that our right choice is voted in, and he comes to take power in 2023. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Chimabu, let's have your final submission, please.
Thank you again. Thank you, Mr. Pansat, for that, let me call it lecture. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. I
Thank
will
you.
conclude by reminding Nigerians where we are. We are in a country where we have a Muslim ticket in our time. As a country as diverse as Nigeria, as a country as divided like Nigeria, then we have a Muslim ticket. Have it in your mind. We are in a country where APSU spent 8 months on strike for full academic year. And to today, there is no concrete solution to their problem. So we are in a country where a bag of rice is 51,000 naira today. That is our country. We are in a country where insecurity is everywhere. We're in a country where Deborah was lynched and nobody asked why. So we are in a country where when you speak, you will get arrested. That is where we are. So we want to change it come 2023. And the only way to change it is for us to flush these old cabals that are there. Somebody was saying, why I'm supporting Tinubu is because Tinubu handpick people he put in Lagos, that he will handpick people who will work for Nigerians. We're in a country where somebody has said that it is my turn. We're in a country where Atiku Abubakar told the northern people, you don't have to vote for an Igbo presidency. You don't have to vote for Yoruba presidency. That it is only the North that's supposed to rule Nigeria. So that is where we are. If it is good for you, support them. If you don't like it, vote for Labour Party. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. A big thank you also to you, Mr. Pansa. Thank you very much, Mr. Pansa, for your show of love and support. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Tunaja, let's have your final submission in a minute, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Peter Obi is on the move, and clearly he is the one that has the momentum. But what I would say is that his followers and his supporters have to do the hard work. This is a grind. You have to do a lot of hard work. It's going to be harder than we think, and do the hard work to deliver, because he has the momentum, he has the message, the potential is there to win the whole thing. He might even win it outright. Because Tinubu, Tinubu is going to tumble on stage one of these days. At this rate, the guy is either going to be afraid to come out or he's going to tumble on stage. So the supporters of Peter Obi should be ready to do all the hard work to kind of take apart whatever infrastructure these people have, and they win it and win it straight. Because if he wins it outright, the sooner he wins it, the sooner we get on with the implement of all the this manifesto promises. And I will say we should exercise caution, because don't fall asleep, because we don't have another 4 years again to come back here and start complaining again. Because there are forces that want to straight whatever Peter Obi wants to do, and there is some things he may not even want to do yet, that if people push him, he's going to get it done. That's why I think to be alert. I've always been that the people are the ones that decide their fate, and this is actually true. From local government to federal government, we need to be alert. The ones that are doing all this now, maybe not everybody out there, not everybody cares about things, but the ones that care should remain caring. Even if it's for 1 year, for 2 years, just remain caring. It's going to matter. We keep handing over to each other until the change we want to see start manifesting on the ground. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Tunaja, thank you very much for that. Mr. Pansat, let's have a submission, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. And everybody's spoken very well. To Naija, I was listening carefully to see what pronoun you use for the OB. Are you saying we should work hard, or are you saying that Peter OB supporters should work hard? You're talking about them, they, or us? That would include you, right? That's those who are going to work hard to bring that about, right?
Yeah, I might not work hard. I might not.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Now, believe me, my heart is gladdened. People like yourself, like I said, is the asset that we really need in that country. And you don't know how happy I am with your progression. Obviously, you didn't jump in so quickly like some of us. You were cautious, and there is a virtue to that. So I
You have to
congratulate you.
earn it now. I can't
That's
just
right.
jump into it.
That's
You have to earn it.
That's right. We agree. So let me begin by saying that P2B, his impeccable administrative stride and achievements drove the World Bank to recommend his model of administration for the whole of Africa. He took the education system of a state, Anambra State, from the least in the country at the time to the first in the entire nation. So that anecdote have been repeated several times. But also, we spoke earlier about his courage, his spirituality and all that, but he's also a personable character. All right? In politics, there are those who go into it to accumulate power for themselves. And then there are those who go in there to create quality life for the people. So we have the latter here. Obi is smart, a truly smart person. combination of intelligence, common sense, and spiritual discernment. Now, I've listened to some shows that are quite hawking out there, and they try to dumb him down from the way he talks and things like that. They just trolling. Obviously, the show is a troll. I see my brother, Dr. Alexander here. I did see him earlier, but I think he exited. So, Alexander, if you could come back in, I really would appreciate it because of what I was going to say next. But let me move on to say that now we keep trying to compare Obi to the big wigs like Tinubu and Atiku, but that's not all. For those who support Showore today, let's just match them up. I'm urging you to move from Showore to Peter Obi, and Showore himself to move to Peter Obi, because you have to be team oriented. Obi is team oriented, and Showore is not. A president has to be committed to teamwork, has to be unselfish, have to be wise, and be capable to take on the people's causes. That's not a job for one man. I don't even care if your country is a small, tiny island. Teamwork is the highest level of governance. You have to have the ability to work well with others. Obi has knowledge. Now, these I'm contrasting with Showore, who we all love as our younger brother, but he has to begin now to build. One of the things that you're taught in kindergarten school is to work well with others, has to grow. So Beach has knowledge, and those are the things that differentiate him from Showore now. Like we concluded so far, there is no comparison between Obi and Tinubu and the likes of Atiku. But then some of us, we still want even a younger person to take that seat. A more somebody way outside of the system, such as Showore. But this
All
is
right,
where
Mr.
he
Fox.
has to demonstrate that ability to work with others, be an independent thinker, be an effective communicator, be flexible. He has to be flexible and experienced. So with that, I'll conclude. Thank you very much, Emma, for a great show.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. It is good to have you on the broadcast today. Thank you to each and every one of you, my panelists. Thank you for always. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers to a new week. Thank you to each and every one of you on the comment section. Thank you for engaging, involving, and thank you for being here. To those that are donated to the broadcast, you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you very much. To you watching the replay, it's good to have you on here. Please do well to like this broadcast. Yes, please share. Invite someone onto the broadcast. Turn on your notification bell if you are yet to. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do well to remember. Do well to remember our other lineups like the debates that comes up every Friday by 6 p.m. Discussions Monday through to Thursday by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. So newspaper review by 10 a.m. Monday through to Saturday Nigerian time. We have the evening broad. Just turn on your notification bell, please. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you, my panelists. Again, I can't thank you enough. I'm sure you know that. I can't thank you enough. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our newspaper review. Please do also keep a date with me until I come your way again. Stay well, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.